A blind monk by the name of Asura lived in a little village nestled away in lush forests and calm meadows. He had committed sins in the long past, in his unhappy and troubled history. He had committed a terrible thing that would haunt him for the rest of his days, since his heart had been overtaken by rage and hatred. One fateful evening, an innocent child had come to Asura's door for safety after an intense thunderstorm. The child was afraid, hungry, and chilly. Despite being uncomfortable, Asura got angry by the intrusion and, in an act of anger, he lashed out, harming the child beyond imagination. When the villagers learned about the awful deed, they were outraged with retribution. In their collective outrage, the villagers had rushed upon Asura and took a cruel and painful revenge. They had brutally beaten him in their frustration, leaving him broken and seriously injured. The villagers continued to punish him by ripping out his eyeballs as a final act of revenge, leaving him permanently blind. After that day, he left the village behind and ventured deep into the heart of an ancient forest. In that forest, he found a humble hermitage where he settled to live a life of solitude. He committed himself to training physically and mentally as each day went by. Asura woke up each morning by the sound of birds chirping, rising with the sun. He went into nature where he practiced martial arts, meditate, and think about ideas. His disciplined regimen allowed him to harness his other senses and attain inner strength that was unshakable. As the years passed, Asura began to feel an increasing irritation. The safe haven of his mind began to be invaded by evil thoughts like creeping fingers of gloomy mist. Doubt, anger, and resentment slowly crept in, making his daily meditations and training sessions less effective. He could not understand why this darkness had suddenly consumed him. He consulted to the wisdom of the nature, listened to the secrets of the birds, and even sought advice from his calm-minded state. Even still, the negative ideas remained and tore at his soul. Asura's willpower ultimately gave up one fateful evening as he sat by a peaceful stream and reflected about the anguish inside. He fell into the evil desires that had been eating at him as the darkness within him seized hold. He plotted to enact a sinister scheme, one that would bring pain and suffering to those who make him blind. After fully assuming his role as a villain, the blind monk set out on a path of evil he hadn't imagined.